Hey, kind minds. This is a 5-minute review of our lake day croak. A day at the lake is, if you let it be, an approach to philosophy. Not the kind that requires a Socratic seminar or a reading list, the kind that just happens when you stop being somewhere else and actually arrive where you are. A handful of researchers and writers have spent their careers trying to describe what that arrival does to us, coming at the question from completely different disciplines. Psychiatrist Stuart Brown spent decades studying play in animals, in children, and in adults. His finding was that play isn't just fun, it's a biological necessity. And yet, most adults have been socialized almost entirely out of it. As we get older, we get serious, we stop playing, and there's a biological cost to that. Marine biologist Wallace J. Nichols noticed something similar about water. His argument is that our brains evolved in proximity to water, and that modern life has moved most of us far from it. We spend our days in concrete environments, on screens, and indoors. Something in us misses the water, even if we don't have a word for what we're missing. And botanist Robin Wall Kimmerer, writing from both a scientific and indigenous perspective, describes a shift in how we relate to the natural world. We've moved, she says, from relationship to extraction, from being a part of a place to taking from it. We visit nature, we use it, but we don't often belong to it anymore. 3 different people, 3 different disciplines, the same spirit in their diagnosis. What they're all pointing toward, the thing that's been lost, is commonly understood as presence, being somewhere, really being in it, without an agenda. Nichols calls it blue mind. It's a mild meditative state that water tends to bring on, reducing stress, lowering anxiety, and bringing about a sense of connection. Though we encounter blue mind as a feeling, it's also measurable in brain scans and cortisol levels. Water does something to us that most of our daily environments don't. Kemmerer calls this reciprocity. You're not a visitor in your environment, but a part of what's happening in that place. In that state, you notice more and often feel gratitude for the land and its resources. You belong there. Brown and cultural historian Johan Huizinga both make the case for play as a vehicle. Huizinga asserts that play is the basis of culture, of ritual, of art, of community, and when we stop playing, we lose a vital mode of being that connects us to each other and the world. Despite their diverse research backgrounds, the neuroscientist, the botanist, the psychiatrist, and the cultural historian are all describing the same thing: a kind of attention that's present, open, and unproductive in a positive sense. It's the kind of attention that comes about when we truly play. Which brings us to the lake. Deer Creek is a real place. People fish it, boat it, swim in it, and this summer we're going to spend an afternoon on it. Paddleboarding mostly, which turns out to be an unusually good vehicle for everything we've just talked about. Nichols's blue mind comes easily to paddleboarders because you're not just near the water, you're on it. The sound, the movement, the largest feature on our planet and of our bodies, all moving beneath you. Staying upright requires your full attention. Your feet, your core, and the paddle all coordinate with the water. Presence becomes the baseline condition of not falling in, and yet you might fall in. But falling and getting back on is play in its purest form. It's voluntary, there's no productive outcome, and the process is the point. Brown and Huizinga would both recognize it. The board is an object for play, and the lake is the playground. And by being there, really there, on the water, falling into it, learning its surface on this particular afternoon, you choose to be in relationship with the lake. You build a shared history that didn't exist before you showed up, a memory of this water, this light, and this afternoon that becomes a part of you both. Deer Creek becomes your lake, not because you own any part of it, but because you and it have been somewhere together. That's Kimmerer's reciprocity. Poet Mary Oliver puts it simply: you do not have to be good. You do not have to earn your place. You only have to let yourself be where you are. That permission to stop producing and just exist somewhere turns out to be a prerequisite for all of the above. See you at the lake.